Hey there, I'm the real Jason Duncan, and you've tuned in for another weekly Wisdom for Business Leaders video. I'm doing these videos all year long. Here in 2021, they release every Monday, and I just go through one proverb a week, and I try to look at that proverb from a business leadership application, and I want to dig out that nugget of wisdom that King Solomon, who is arguably one of the wisest men who ever lived, has he got anything to say to us as business leaders? And for sure, there is a lot in there. So that's what I'm doing with this series. But before we get into today's weekly wisdom for business leaders, I want to talk about energy lighting services. I'm wearing the jacket here. Energy Lighting Services is a full-service LED lighting project company and an electrical service company. Now, here in the Nashville market where I live and where the company is based, we do full-service commercial and residential electrical work, and we do white glove service. We've got over 20, I forgot what the count was last time I looked, all 5-star reviews. Our customers love us. The expectation our customers have is much greater with us than anybody else because we deliver. And if you have a commercial building anywhere in the United States and you're thinking about putting LED lighting in 2021 as a way to improve lighting, increase the efficiency, increase safety in your building, reduce your maintenance, and of course lower your electric bill by as much as a third, then why don't you give Energy Lighting Services a call? Look them up online at energylightingservices.com or call them at 855-270-3300. That's 855-270-3300, and tell them that you saw the real Jason Duncan talking about them, and they'll give you something special just for saying so. So now on with today's weekly wisdom. Here we are at week 11, and the title of this weekly wisdom video is Haymaking Time. And this comes from Proverb 10:5 that says, "Make hay while the sun shines. That's smart. Go fishing during harvest. That's stupid." So this saying, make hay while the sun shines. You know, I've heard that saying my whole life, and I don't guess I ever took the time to really sit and think about it. I suppose that as a kid, I would have thought it meant you do your farming in the daytime rather than at night. But as an adult, I know that is not what that means. Well, actually, the Bible didn't really use this wording of Proverb 10:5. This version that you just saw a moment ago and then I read is from the Message translation. It's a more common translation, or more modern translation, but a more common translation is the English Standard Version. It writes it this way. It says, "He who gathers in summer is a prudent son, but he who sleeps in harvest is a son who brings shame." Now that translation is easy to understand for sure, but it doesn't have the same zing as the Message. Well, in any case, the translators of the Message version use that phrase about haymaking because it's been a part of our English vernacular here in America since the dawn of our country. In reality, etymologists tell us that this phrase haymaking appeared first in the 16th century, but no matter when it came to be, the meaning is still the same. You have to make hay when it's haymaking time. Now, in business, just like farming, and I am no farmer, there are seasons. And in farming, you plant in the spring and you harvest in the fall. And if you miss an opportunity to plant and water your crops in the spring, there won't be anything to harvest. Well, in business, you do business development all the time. That's a perpetual season that never stops. But as for the fulfillment of the business that has been developed, we must be diligent to harvest those opportunities as soon as possible. For if we delay the harvest, we may miss the revenue related to those opportunities altogether. We can't go fishing when there's a harvest to bring in. So let's get more specific. If our project development team delays procurement, pricing, and proposal making season, the opportunity to win that deal may pass. But it's not just the project development team who must pay attention to haymaking season. Finance and administration also must not miss opportunities to bring in revenue. The billing cycle and invoice cycles are just as important as business development in the first place. We cannot get distracted by other important issues and miss the urgent matters of bringing in revenue. And lastly, sales team. The sales team must understand that the seasons of sales opportunities exist. And if they spend time rearranging their office and organizing their desk more than they spend planting the seeds of potential sales, there's not going to be a harvest to reap. Haymaking time is important for everyone. So as you go throughout your week this week, remember that you must make hay while the sun is shining. In other words, you've got to be diligent to keep your eye on what's most important. There's plenty of time for leisure fishing, but not during haymaking time. I hope that helps you be a better business leader this week. The wisdom that we're extracting from Proverbs is amazing. I want you to tune in every single week, either on LinkedIn, IGTV, or YouTube. Be happy for you to follow me. The YouTube channel is youtube.com/c/TheRealJasonDuncan. You can follow me on Instagram or LinkedIn at TheRealJasonDuncan. I'll see you next week when I have another tip, another weekly wisdom for business leaders. And until then, remember, Jesus is King.